Hey everyone, it's me Alex and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use power failure on a Panasonic home phone. Something to note though is the power failure is not available on every Panasonic home phone model. It may vary. For example, in this video I'm using the Panasonic KXTGE270. And it comes with 5 handsets. So I brought all 5 handsets here. I couldn't bring the chargers for all of them because it's all around the house. Before we get started though, for anyone new here, hello, my name is Alex Torres. I do helpful technology videos, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. It's free and it would help my channel grow. Thank you. The way to know that if power failure is available on your Panasonic home phone model is by grabbing the handset, any handset, all the handsets should have this. You're gonna go to menu, you wanna go up to settings, and then you wanna click up to power failure. Select. If it's off, it's not going to do nothing. You want to make sure it's set to auto. So we're going to go ahead and set that to on. But that's the way to know. So if it doesn't show up, then that means your Panasonic home phone does not have power failure. So once the power goes out, it's just going to go away. But for mine, it does. So we're going to go ahead and switch that to on. By default, it should already be on auto, but I went ahead and turned that off so it's not on because for me, it actually doesn't work that well because if the power goes out, our telephone line is connected to our router or our modem, which also loses power if the power goes out, so it doesn't work for us. But something to know though is that if the power goes out and it does power it, the answering machine and any buttons on the base will not work. It'll only allow calls. So if you have the answering machine, for example, like I do, or link to cell, those are not going to work. So it's only for phone calls. So let's just say, okay, the power went out. I'm going to go ahead and unplug this real quick. Let's go ahead and unplug the power. As you can see, the answering machine turned off. I'm going to move the cable over here. In a minute, before I actually place the phone back on the base, you're going to see that all the handsets are going to go ahead and say, or it's going to lose the signal. As you can see, all of them lost the eco mode. This one already lost the signal. And the rest are going to lose it right now. There we go. So they all lost signal. So the only way... right now, in a few seconds, you'll see the message on this handset show up because I turned it on this handset. So now the only way that the base will run on power is by using the AAA batteries on each handset, on the handset. So now it's only going to run with the AAA batteries from the handset. So as you can see right now, it says that. If the message does not show up, you want to go up again, settings, power failure, and auto again. And then as you can see right there, it says place on base to supply power to base. So right now, as you can see, they're all off. There's no signal to them. If I was to grab this one, there's nothing. So let's just say, okay, this is the handset. Or let's just say this is the one that's always on the base. So we're going to go ahead and place it on there. And then you're going to see that the base is going to flash 88 real quick. You can see 88. And then it says supplying power to base. Don't pick up. Of course, you can pick it up. But if you pick it up, you're going to lose the signal and it's going to turn off. As you can see, all of them are coming back. As you can see, they're all, there we go. So they all gain signal again. But as you can see, if I push speakerphone, nothing works. Play, pause, answer, cell phone, volume, nothing works. It only works for phone calls. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a quick call. And to show you that it works on each handset. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a real quick call. As you can see, they're ringing. This one's ringing too, but of course you can't pick it up because if you do, you're going to lose a signal. And there's no talking caller ID. As you can see, it loses the ability for talking caller ID. So I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. And then I'm going to talk to it. Hello? 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 This is speakerphone real quick. Hello? 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 It's quiet. Sorry. Hello? 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 Let's put that on mute. Let's go ahead and switch handsets. Okay, this is the other one. Hello? 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 Hello, hello, hello. You can hear it's working. Let's grab handsets again. Switch handsets. Switch over here. Hello, 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 hello. You can hear it's working really well. And then the last handset. Switch. Oops. Oh, we almost end the call. Sorry. Hello, 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 hello. But as you can see, this one also rang, but if you pick it up, you're going to go ahead and lose the signal. So you cannot pick that one up. So as you can see, it's working perfectly. The difference is that there's no talking caller ID. There's no answering machine, but this works really well in case of an emergency. You could also dial. So let's just say you want to call someone on here. You can make calls and the phone book works. So all of that works. Let's say what happens, you know, it says don't pick up, but if you pick it up, the message is going to switch again. And all the other handsets are going to go ahead and lose power. So as you can see, place on base is supply power to base. So you cannot remove this handset. So let's say, okay, the power went out and it does have power, it does have the option to do power supply to base, but it does not work. So you want to make sure it's on, because as you can see, if we go up, if you have power failure set to off, as you can see, it switches to the way the other handsets are. So let's just say, let me move this so you can see the base. Let's say you put it on there with that off, it's not going to supply the power to the base because you need to have that setting on. So nothing will work. As you can see, all the other handsets are turned off. Nothing works. You need to have it set to on. As you can see, all the handsets have that. So let's just say we go up. As you can see, power failure, if you set that to auto, if you have this one on the base, you can just place this one on here. It will power up the base. There we go. And then you could just use this other handset. It's the same thing. So it does not matter which phone you have on the base. As you can see, all of them are going to go ahead and turn back on. As you can see, they're all gaining signal again. Something you need to know, though, is that the battery is not going to last a long time. Because, of course, the handsets only use AAA batteries. So after a while, or if you're on the phone call too long, it might cut off because it's too much power. So, and then if you don't want this, you just go up and switch to power failure off. As you can see, then it's back to that. But even if it was supplying power to base and you had this handset on here, once the power comes back on, it would just automatically switch to how it was. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back on real quick to show you that. I'm going to click on power failure. We're going to click on auto. And then I'm going to make it supply power to the other handsets. As you can see, it's going to say 8.8. All the other handsets are going to turn on, and then I'm going to plug the power cable back in to show you that once the power is restored, this automatically shuts off and just restores back to the way it was, receiving power. So as you can see, all the handsets are turned on. Let's go ahead and plug this in. As you can see, now it says charging, the base turned on, the answering machine is there, and this is going to restore to the back the way it was. As you can see, now it just says charging, so it's not running on the batteries anymore. And then as you can see, everything works. The locator works. Everything's working the way it was. It's working the way it was, like it was originally. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you can get notified every time I post a new video. So this is how to use power failure on a Panasonic home phone. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time in my next video. Bye.